Hey guys, today we have this 2008 Mitsubishi Lancer. It's a GTS. Let me check if it's GTS, but I believe that's what the customer says a GTS. It's 2.0 liter and they have an engine light on it, and sometimes they get rough idle, but when you're driving around it's getting better. But check engine light on, so let's check what's going on. Let's connect the scan tool and let's check it out. Let's get started. All right, let's go hopping into the car. I already put my OBD inside, and here we got a scan tool. This is a smart key, so we have the smart key here. Make sure we got it turned on position. Turn off the fan real quick. Let's go. Turn that off real quick. All right. Let's go check this out. It's reading the VIN. Diagnostic. We're using the launch X431 V+. Let's see, make a clear one here. There you go. Let's go to two-wheel drive. I'm not sure which one to pick here. I just picked the one in the middle. Press OK. And then let's go to smart detection. We'll see what we can see here. So this one here, it has the check engine light on. It's weird, it says service engine soon, but that's a check engine light. So scanning right now, and we're seeing a couple things. E-tax, MPI, meter. See, the green one is okay. So we're gonna check every single one of those. Make sure, just wait till it finish, and then we're gonna check each one of them. So start from the top. This meter says hands-free module. I think this is one of this radio here, so that's not a big deal for me. Hands-free as well. The E-tax module for hands-free. A&D, say can timeout, hands-free. It's SR, same thing, so those are all the same. I could probably just clear that one. Okay, the MPI has P0131 and P0134. See that oxygen O2 sensor front, no activity. So we can go there, and this AT is crack angle sensor. We figured out later. SRS, hands-free module, TPMS, hands-free module, and the EMO. So those are not a big deal. Let's go focus on here. Let's go enter this. When we read codes, we go code search. The code search is saying about the O2 sensor, oxygen sensor. I believe this is the one before the catalytic converter. Okay, exit that one. So what I'm going to do is check the data stream. I'm gonna go ahead and start the car. Actually, before you do this data stream, make sure the car is warmed up. So I heated it up already. I started a while ago, so I'm gonna start it again right now. But what we're gonna look for is this long-term fuel trim and short-term fuel trim. And let's open this oxygen sensor front and oxygen sensor rear. Let's go ahead, press OK, and we'll see what we can see here. So right now it's looking good. They're not matching though. The long term and the short term fuel trim are not matched. -3, it's not too bad, but 5 for long term and negative for short term. If I rev it up, it does go down some more, and the long term is positive. This is negative. I remember checking this a while ago. This was when it wasn't warm up. That one, the short-term fuel trim is like -13. Right now it's actually getting better. See, it's positive. Still not the one I wanted. So the oxygen sensor front said no activity on it. Right now there is, but it's fluctuate pretty significant, as you can see, from 0.1 to 0.7. The other sensor fluctuate just a point, not a lot. So I would like that better than the oxygen sensor. So now I'm gonna check the O2 sensor for this in the front side, what it look like. Let's go ahead, turn it off, and let's go under the hood. Let me pop the hood. Alright, so you open the hood up. The front sensor, O2 sensor for this is your intake, and that's on the back are exhaust. So the O2 sensor is right there. Not sure if you can see here, but we might be able need to lift the car up. But from here, what I notice is, see if I can shine the light there pretty good. It's wet. Yeah, this O2 sensor there is wet. It's running up here from this line here. It's going down there. That's pretty wet, and that's not good. You don't want that to be wet. And that connector goes all the way up here. This one here, that's the connector. And what caused that to be wet was the valve cover gasket was so wet. But this one, I just replaced the like yesterday I just replaced this valve cover gasket. That's what's causing it to get wet. So I made a video on that. You'll see that later on, or you already posted it, I think. So I fixed that first, I recommend. So this one I already cleaned the valve cover gasket. It's not leaking anymore. It's really brittle, and so the oil, as you can see, the engine is slanted in the back, so the oil goes there, and when you're running, the wind blows that way and it runs through that line of the O2 sensor. So what I suggested on that was replace the O2 sensor. I do have the O2 sensor here. Let me find it. I believe I have it here. There you go. So I already ordered that O2 sensor. So the O2 sensor for this is this one, and it's hard to get in hand, how to get it order. So this is the Denso. There's a cheaper one, but the Denso was the one recommended for this car. So that's the part number 2344188, and we're not touching the one in the rear side. So we're gonna go ahead and replace that one, and then once replaced, let's go check the fuel trim again and what is going on. So right now, let's go ahead, lift the car, roll it in a bay, and then let's lift it. Alright, so we got the car lifted. Let's check what's going on down here. Okay, so this one is your post catalytic. So that's the lower O2 sensor, but the one we're looking at is the one on top. Right there. See if we're better angle. There you go. That looks bad to me. Let's go get a better light on this one. So you can see, zoom just a little bit right there. See, that's got oil in it. I'm pretty sure that's been defective, especially if it's cold. So we're gonna go ahead and replace that one. And that's a lot of oil. That's probably for the oil from the valve cover gasket splattering around. So I'm gonna go ahead, get that out and replace the new one. And then let's check, hopefully that's what fixed it. Alright, this is pretty hot, so be careful, because we kind of drive it, heat it up for a little bit, so the exhausts are hot and it's pretty tight to reach there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this plate here, and this is size 12, so I'll have more room. Yeah, one size 12 there, and you have a size 14. So with this one, I'm gonna bend it. I'm gonna move the whole piece. So from there, I have plenty of room, as you can see right here. So I have access to remove that O2 sensor from the front side. That one. So right now we have plenty of room. Alright, so we have pretty good room here. We're gonna be using this 7/8 O2 sensor socket. So let's go try to reach that. Make sure it's all the way in. Let's see. Go, then. Okay, I'm using a long wrench so I can reach this one. You can see it starts spinning. This will be a little bit tight here. And as you can see, it's greasy. So there's a lot of oil in there. Make sure it's in. To work, I have another one that will work too. I have this one. It's already like a wrench for O2 sensor. There you go. I think this has more room because it has a curve in it. There you go. It's moving, so it's gonna be a bit slow, but we can get it out. So once you got this out, okay. So you see how it's done. So I'm gonna slowly work this out and I'll show you what it looked like when I got it out. Okay, so this is out. I'm gonna go ahead unhook it from the bracket up here. There you go. And there's one more up there, but we're gonna get it from the top so we can disconnect it. So we're gonna drop the car and then remove the connector from the top. Alright, so we're from the top side now. The O2 sensor is right here. Let me grab it. See this? There's another clip here that you need to remove it. It's right down there. And then if we just track this down, there's another clip again. There you go. And this one should be able to remove from here. This connector here, pull this out, and that's it. This is the auto sensor. Let's go ahead, see if I can do it with one hand. I'm holding the camera right now in my right hand, so hopefully it should come out. If not, there you go. Okay, that is out. Check this out, guys. Let me see. So that's the auto sensor. That looks pretty bad. It's dirty, really dirty. So we're gonna open up the new one and let's compare it. Alright. So this is the old one. And let's go open the new auto sensor that we got. This is the Denso. Let's open it. Just make sure if it has the same length. I like to measure it first, because sometimes they give you the wrong one, or you had the wrong one inside the box. So from here, it's about the same length for me, from here to here. So that's a good sign. And I'll remove this cap here. There you go. It's about the same. They're brand new. And I normally check the connector. The connector is about the same. So this comes with a clip too. So that's ready to go. So let's go ahead and install this one. And this one already comes with a silicone here, so it doesn't. Oh, this pre-pack already. Look at that. See that? So all you gotta do is install it. So when I install it, I normally put it put the auto sensor from the bottom first, then reach on top, because once you tighten this, it spin, the wire get tangled and you don't want it to happen. So I'll put this first, then snake this up, straight this line, and then install the top connector. Alright, like what I said, I'm gonna go ahead and install this first from here. Make sure it's straight. It's not easy to align it. Let's see. Then you have to click. There you go. There you go. That's in. So I can tie it by hand first, be faster. So while I'm spinning it, spinning the wire, so I won't get tangled. So once that's in, let's go ahead and tie it. Go. And make sure it's tight. Make sure the washer from it is crushed. Because if it's not, you're gonna have an exhaust leak. You might have a code. Might be the same code or different code. Not too tight, but it's tight enough. There you go. Alright, that's pretty tight. Alright, so once that's in, I'm gonna go ahead snake it up. Find this up. It's where the, see this? It's clip up there. There you go. Let's clip there, and the rest I can clip it from the top. So we're gonna drop the car and then finish everything from the top. But while we're here, we're pretty much done here from the bottom, so I can put the bracket up. The bracket that goes here. this one here, this bracket, don't forget to put it back. So we're gonna put this up and then finish it from the top, connect the auto sensor connector. Alright, so we're on top again. We're gonna find that clip that holds the, let me see if I can find it here. The camera can go in, but it's right here about by my hand, underneath this bracket. The clip goes here. Just make sure don't clip it, because if you don't clip it, it will go to the heat shield and it might melt. So there you go, it's right there. Click. No, there's a couple more here behind this connector, so clip it again. So that's good enough, and then this goes here. There you go, and then this should go one way. Clipped it in. That's it. That's it. So we're good on here. Make sure it's not touching, the wire's not touching the heat shield because it gets hot. So that's connected. So now we're gonna start the car. Let's heat it up for a little bit, warm it, and then check the fuel trim again. Alright, so we're back here. We already actually warm up the engine again. Let me turn it on. What I'm going to do is gonna delete the codes real quick. I'll go back here on my scan tool. So clear all DTC right here. I go ahead and delete all of them, so it'll reset, and then now we're gonna start the car and check it one more time. So it's resetting right now, clearing the codes. So you can see the codes here is gone, engine light's gone. So let's clear that real quick. Alright, it's all green. And when you go to MPI, let's go enter it, no DTC. But what we're gonna do is start the car. Start the car. Alright, start the car. As we're gonna go to read data stream and check what's going on. So we're gonna find the same thing, long term. There you go, oxygen sensor, and the short term. Press OK, and let's read what's going on with the car now. So now let me rev it up. See what's going on. You can see this one's okay. This was not going negative anymore, and this one is about, let's see, it's positive now. I like that number. That number is pretty good. It's not doing negative. It's intermittent, so it's not always acting up. But before it was negative 13 when I seen it, when I tested first time it show up here in the shop. So see if I can rev up. Maybe I need to drive it some more. Yeah, this stabilizing the oxygen sensor front, stabilizing positive by 8.8. It was dropping a lot before we replace it. And long term, that's good. The short term fuel trim is positive. Goes down just a little bit, but mostly positive, especially this one. So I think that should be okay. What we can do is I can probably read codes again, even though I just deleted it. Turn it on. Let's see if we can read codes. So everything is good right now. There you go. Everything is okay. So but time will tell. We're gonna go ahead and drive it some more. And hopefully it doesn't come out, but it doesn't gonna come out anymore, I'm pretty sure. Because it's pretty obvious. That sensor is pretty bad. There you go. And after this we're gonna read it again. Let's start the car. Alright, I think that should be pretty much done for us. So what I'm gonna do, start the car. Enter. Then go read data stream. Press OK, we already have everything set up. Yeah, it doesn't drop. As long as you're -1, that's good. You don't go below like -2, and especially -10 to 13, that's bad for your short-term fuel trim. And everything should be stabilizing pretty good. So I think we're done here, guys. And this is how you replace that, diagnose it pretty much as the O2 sensor. And of course the one causes it was the valve cover gasket. We replaced that. Go check it out, the video. I'll link down here, which replaced the valve cover gasket here and the spark plugs, and they're pretty bad. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope you like it, enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Till the next video. Peace out.